Hi everyone, a warmest welcome to one and all to our brand new webinar session under COVID-19 webinar series. I am Tanuja Singh, your host and moderator for the webinar session today. And this is our ninth of our 10th webinar organized by Dr.M.C.Saxena group of colleges with the motive to guide students about future prospects of post-COVID in their respective fields in terms of jobs and to be market ready. First and from all, I would like to thank all of you for this great response that we have received in our last webinar on NEET and World Beyond post-COVID. Hence, we have decided to take it a little further in the interest of our viewers and would like to present and have a depth discussion on medical conditions during COVID. Therefore, our topic for today's webinar is Immunization and Vaccination of COVID, Research in Medical Sciences. Epidemics have ravaged humanity throughout its existence, often changing the course of history and at times signaling the end of entire civilizations. Humans have witnessed such epidemics, pandemics in the history, leading to a huge loss of life and mankind. Globally, mankind has witnessed number of emergencies and epidemics like chikungunya, smallpox, and with a very recent coronavirus. Having said that, we have also fought and come out with one-time vaccines and medications helping us to eradicate such diseases. Now, talking about India and its response to such emergencies, in the past few decades, diseases like smallpox in 1974, plague in 1994, and beat swine flu in 2009. India, with the help of organizations like World Health Organization and also with the state of art technology, has successfully eradicated these diseases, bringing in a new hope amongst all of us. So with this note, I would like to welcome our esteemed speakers for the evening. Our first speaker for today evening is Dr. Namrata Agrawal. Ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, Tanuja, I can hear you.
A very warm welcome to you, ma'am. Dr. Namrata Agrawal, she's also an executive director at Dr.M.C.Saxena College of Pharmacy. And ma'am has worked intensively in the field of medical sciences. She'll be talking about she'll be giving us an introduction about what exactly is coronavirus, and she'll be also talking about the characteristics of the virus, and she'll be educating our students about the current immunization and vaccinations which is there in the market. A very warm welcome to you, ma'am.
Thank you, Tanuja.
And as a next speaker, we have Ms. Disha Sharma. Disha Sharma is an assistant professor with Dr. M.C.Saxena College of Pharmacy, and she also has her experience in this field of medical sciences in last 4 to 5 years, and she'll be talking about the immunization and vaccination of viruses done so far in the history of mankind. And as our another speaker, we have Ms. Ankita Rajput. Ankita, can you hear me?
Yes.
So Ankita, she's currently working as an executive in the analytical research and development with Amneal Pharmaceuticals, and she will be talking about the research and development scenario in the medical sciences, and she'll be also guiding our students about the future job prospects post COVID. A very warm welcome to you, Ankita and Disha. For a last speaker, Mr. Rahul, we are not yet able to connect with him. I think he's facing some technical difficulty. So in case we connect with him, he'll be there with the audience. So meanwhile, let's begin with our webinar for today. We have Dr. Namrata Agrawal as our first speaker. So, Namrata ma'am, from you, we would like to know that what exactly are the characteristics of this virus?
Good evening, everyone. I am Dr. Namrata. Earlier, I was associated with Sir Gangaram Hospital, New Delhi, and currently I am working with Dr. M.C. Saxena group of colleges. This COVID-19 is caused by a virus known as novel coronavirus, which is spherical in shape, measuring 120 to 160 nanometer in size. It is multi-layered RNA virus. There are two types of viruses. One is DNA virus and the other one is RNA virus. This is a multi-layered RNA virus having club-shaped spikes on its surface. Here you can see a picture. Tanuja, I would request you to please.
Yes, ma'am. 1 second.
This is a picture of coronavirus where is denoting glycoprotein, E is denoting your M is denoting your matrix protein, and N is denoting your nucleophosphoprotein. This S, your glycoprotein, helps this virus to get attached to ACE2 receptors. ACE2 receptors are angiotensin converting enzyme 2 receptors. These receptors are found on three major organs. The three major organs are lungs, kidney, and heart. It is for this reason it is said that old people should they are at higher risk of getting themselves infected by this virus because they might be having comorbid diseases associated with these organs like asthma, which is associated with lungs, diabetes associated with kidney, and heart diseases. And as all of us know that we are modulating changes in our lifestyle and work culture. We are wearing masks, repeatedly washing our hands, going alternate days to office, staying at home during lockdown. Here, I would like to submit that this virus, being bigger in the size, although it is an airborne virus, but due to its large size, it settles down on the surface. The surface may be your mobile phone surface, your laptop surface, or it may be on the floor, where WHO is consistently emphasizing that we should repeatedly wash our hands. I have a submission that we should also wash our feet. जैसे पुराने जमाने में कहा करते थे कि भाई जूते और चप्पल घर के बाहर उतार के आओ, मैं सेम चीज यहाँ कहना चाहूंगी कि अगर कोई आपके यहाँ आ रहा है या आप कहीं जा रहे हैं, जूते और चप्पल बाहर उतार के जाएं. हाथ तो आप धो ही रहे हैं, पैर भी साथ में धोएं, so that you are avoiding any little bit chance to get infected by coronavirus. This is an airborne virus and everybody know that कि ये कैसे स्प्रेड हो रहा है, स्नीजिंग से स्प्रेड हो रहा है. That's all I would like to say regarding this coronavirus. Thank you, Tanuja.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I think it is a very simple and a very clear description about the virus that we have got to know. But we would also like to know from you that what are is there what is it that we can do it for the immunity? I mean, so what exactly I want to ask is like how we can raise our immunity level against the virus.
Actually, Tanuja, our body system is comprised of many immunoglobulins. Three of them are responsible for fighting infections.
I think there's some technical difficulty at Namrata ma'am's end. Let's just hold on and check what exactly is happening. Mr. Rahul has also joined us. Meanwhile, we connect with Dr. Namrata. Let me introduce Mr. Rahul.
Hello, everybody.
I'm Mr. Rahul. So, Mr. Rahul is currently associated with WHO as an external advisor, and he'll be talking about what exactly what exactly is the contribution and what exactly WHO is doing on grounds of overcoming this pandemic. And thank you so much, Mr. Rahul, for joining us. I'm sure there must be some technical difficulty at your end, but we're glad that you made it. A very warm welcome to you.
Hello.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? I think there's again a technical difficulty at Rahul's end. So, Dr. Namrata has joined us back. Ma'am, welcome back again. I think there was a technical error. So, can you hear us now?
Yes, ma'am, I can hear you.
Okay. So, ma'am,
Sorry,
can you
ma'am,
proceed?
actually light went off.
No problem, ma'am. This is a live webinar session, and I mean, little bit of technical difficulties always happen, so it's not a problem. Can we continue with the immunization part that we were left
Yes, ma'am,
with?
definitely. I
Great.
was telling you that there are immunoglobulins present in our body system. There are three immunoglobulins: IgG, IgA, and IgM. IgG infection, which fights back. IgG is the most stable immunoglobulin, which has a half-life of 7 to 21 days, and IgA, it is present in the mucosal surface. Secondly, I would like to tell that in Indo-US study, it was published in Nature that Indian immunity is better than any other world population immunity, because in Indian genes, most killer cells are present. Now you will ask, ma'am, what are the killer cells? The
Yeah.
killer cells are, they are present in WBC. WBC comprise of defense system of our human body. There are many types of WBCs: T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, macrophages, neutrophils, and natural killer cells. These T lymphocytes, B lymphocytes, and natural killer cells are derived from lymphoblasts. And thirdly, I would like to tell you that natural immunity boosters are present in our daily dietary habits like haldi, adrak, amla, lesun. We, in our routine life, we are eating all these immunity boosters. One of them is tulsi also, because some of them drink tulsi in tea. And I have a suggestion that if you drink at least 8 to 10 glasses of water, keeping your body hydrated, that also helps you in immunity. You should at least sleep 7 to 8 hours a day, do 35 to 40 minutes exercise, and yes, vitamin C, vitamin D, and zinc, they play a vital role in your immunity. Vitamin C prevents common cold and flu. Vitamin D, it prevents respiratory illnesses, and zinc plays a vital role in developing WBCs. You can, the sources of vitamin C are red and green pepper, tomato juices, white and sweet potatoes. Vitamin D richest source is sunlight. And vitamin D can also be taken in the form of cheese, egg yolk, and fish. Fish, maybe tuna fish, is a richest source of vitamin D. And zinc can be taken in the form of nuts like almonds and cashews, baked beans, These are the richest source of zinc. Thank you, Tanuja. That's all I want to say. One thing more I wanted to say, that recently I had used a cow urine therapy in a leukemic patient who had hepatosplenomegaly, and it resulted very well. I could see that cow's urine therapy decreased the hepatomegaly, and the patient who was unable to even walk, she was walking, she was taking all her regular exercises. That's all I would like to
That's wonderful,
tell
ma'am.
you about the immunity part.
That's wonderful. I think there is always a new innovation and new experiments
Definitely, definitely.
we can always have in medical sciences. So now moving on to my next curious question, that why is it taking us so long? Like, as we have had evidences, we have had pandemics in the past in which we were able to overcome with the development of the vaccines. But why is it that, what is it that is taking so long for the development of a vaccine? What do you think would be the reason behind it?
Actually, Tanuja, there are many stages involved in the development of a vaccine. There are at least 6 stages which are involved in the development of a vaccine. Pharmacists, scientists sit together, explore what kind of a vaccine is needed for any infection, whether it is, now it is novel coronavirus, earlier it was polio, before it was uh, HIV virus. So first stage is the exploratory stage. The second stage is the preclinical stage. In preclinical stage, clinical trial is conducted on animals like mice. The third stage is the clinical trial, which has 3 phases. In phase 1, the clinical trial is conducted on small group of people. In phase 2, it is conducted on a on persons having similar characteristics of the infection for which the vaccine is to be developed. In the third phase, it is expanded in thousands of people. Then, in the third stage, we see the approval of the vaccine which we are making, and the regulatory. In the regulatory phase, we see the efficacy and the safety of the vaccine. Then, in the fifth, it is sent for manufacturing, and then the sixth stage, it is quality control. Therefore, it is taking so long.
Okay.
Thank you, Tanuja. That's all I
Thank
want
you
to
so
say.
much, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think we have covered all the questions that we wanted to know from you. And
Thank you, Tanuja.
thank you so much, ma'am, for sharing your knowledge with us. And we will be having a question and answer round with the audience who are watching the webinar live. So we'll be taking
Definitely,
it up.
Tanuja. I'm open for question and answer round.
Great, ma'am. Great. So our audience is actually open to submit their questions in the comment section box, and we'll be taking up the questions by end of the webinar. So as a next
Thank you.
speaker, we have Ms. Disha Sharma.
Yeah. Hi. Yeah. Am I
Hi.
audible?
Yeah, you're audible. So,
Okay.
as I mentioned, that Disha Sharma is an assistant professor with Dr.M.C.Saxena College of Pharmacy, and she also talking about her experience. She is M. Pharma from Banasali Vidyapith, Jaipur, and she have
Mm-hmm.
published papers in various international and national journals, and she has more than 2 years of experience in her respective field. Welcome again a welcome note to you, Disha. Welcome back
Thank
again.
you. Thank you, Tanuja. Thank you.
So, Disha, like I think you'll be talking about vaccination for COVID and the latest development that has happened in the field of vaccination. So, we would
Mm-hmm.
like to know from you about the insights, latest insights about it.
Okay. So continuously, the world is in this pandemic right now. So the crises are there in the healthcare sectors regarding the medication of this disease. So scientists and drug makers and government are continuously moving forward to deal with this virus. So the vaccine is important because medication is something which is given when you have when the body is entirely submitted to the particular virus or a disease. So if we'll have a vaccine, so priority would be that we can protect ourselves from the particular disease or virus. For example, we have BCG vaccines, polio vaccines. So these are also very deadly diseases, but now as we have the vaccines for them, so I think entire India, like covering entire India for the polio, and we are at the stage that we find one in a hundred, like 1% in 100 who has polio or such deadly disease. So coming back to the topic, if we talk about COVID-19 vaccines, so continuously there are companies which are taking funds and which are releasing their funds to develop a vaccine so that we can have a better tomorrow. So, firstly, a very important company which is AstraZeneca, which is collaborating with Oxford University, has developed their vaccine as in is almost in third stage. The vaccine is named CHADOX1, which is a code, and the very positive thing of this vaccine that it actually works on non-replicating common cold virus, right? So it is one of the most positive aspect of this particular vaccine. So again, another company is Novavax, which is developing their vaccine, which is named NVX Hope 2373. The mechanism it works is in like it increases your immune response, that is the stimulus of the immunity system, and it also helps in neutralizing the high level of antibodies. Okay, and it also works as earlier we have dealt with SARS. So it the this purpose of this particular vaccine is to work in as the vaccines working for SARS. Okay, so again, a very promising company which is Moderna Pharmaceutical has taken up the charge and is in third stage with their vaccine, which is mRNA 1273. Okay, this is very potent medication which works on the spike S protein, which is being developed by Vaccine Research Center in collaboration with Indian's National Institute and Allergy Infection Disease Center. So these all are working together to form this mRNA technique of vaccine. Again, we have some, apart from vaccines, we also have some development in the biologicals, which is not very common, but yeah. For example, Immunator is developing their biological as V SARS, which is in first phase initially, but yeah, as it is we are not developing much, or we are not funding much to the biologicals, but yeah, this is one of the biological which we can quote. So it actually the basic motto of this biological and formation is that it is a preheated inactivated plasma of the person who has suffered from the COVID earlier. So it is a very innovative procedure which has come up with in terms of biologicals, and very promising companies like Sanofi and Regeneron has developed their medication, which is Surelimab, which is specifically for the hospitalized patient, and it is working as the interleukin 6 receptor antibody, and it is only given to the patient which are from severe to critical stage, where like patient who doesn't have much hope or much survival rate, and basically it is given to old age patients which have very much compromised immunity system, right? Again, there are some of the biotechnological companies which are coming up and collaborating with the pharma companies. So one of them is the AVM Biotechnology Company, which is collaborating with Medpace. So the molecule is still in first to second phase. Like it has crossed first phase, but not yet started second phase. The basic motive or the basic mechanism of this virus, this drug is that it neutralizes the NKT cells, which are again helping the virus to grow. So it neutralizes those activity of these cells. So the drug is still in coding line, which is AVMO 703. Okay, so this biotechnological drug is working in particularly with the bronchoalveolar compromised patient of like who have severe respiratory problem and are very much in the state of artificial respiration or need outside respiration from the outside. Okay, so these are some of the companies which are coming up with really positive hopes. So the government is also funding them with lots with positivity, and also we have some of the institute like Institute of Liver and Biliary Sciences, which is giving their which is providing a transfusion therapy. Transfusion therapy basically it it is a convergent plasma transfusion. Plasma from a very healthy person is given to a COVID patient, which might give him a boost from for the immunity. Again, it is working in old age patients, so let's see, it is giving very positive hope. But in India, it has been succeeded. But in some in some cases, for example, in Australia, the plasma transfusion has not shown very much positive result, so it has stopped till phase 2, but let's hope for the best for the patient who are recovering from this therapy. As it has minimum side effects, plasma transfusion has slighter less side effects than other medications. So government is having a very positive setback for this. So let's hope how it works. Over to you, Tanuja. Tanuja online.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. I think this gives an overall idea about the current research which are happening and the current stages
Mm-hmm.
have overcome in the basically development of the vaccine. So now moving on to next, like we know that we have a problem in pandemic, and we are actually working. Everybody is work. All the doctors and all the researchers, they are working towards development of vaccine. And so, like coming back to the concept of our webinar, where our students needs to know that how they are connected, how they will be contributing going forward. So, looking at that point of view, we have Ms. Ankita Rajput will be talking about future job prospects in research and development for medical sciences. And one second. Yes, can you hear me, Ankita?
Yes, Tanuja.
So Ankita has done her M Pharma in pharmaceutical chemistry, and she has more than 2.5 years of experience in this field. And she has an extensive experience in research and development as well. She is well aware about the current research and development scenario of the industry. So we would a very warm welcome to you, Ankita, again. And
Thank you,
we
Tanuja.
would like to know from you about the recent developments and the future prospects our students have in research and development sector.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. Good evening. This is Ankita Rajput. I'm working as an executive in analytical research and development department in Amneal Pharmaceuticals. Um, as soon as the study is over, we all start worrying about the job. So today I will speak on the topic how to get a job in pharma industry. First, I will start from the introduction to pharmaceuticals. The pharmaceutical industry deals with the research, development, and production of medication subject to a variety of laws and regulations. During your career, you could deal with the generic or brand medications and be involved in a range of fields from the patenting and the testing of a new medications to marketing and sales. Then what are the roles are open to you? There are many roles like analytical chemist, clinical research coordinator, clinical research associate, product development scientist, analytical development scientist, science writer, product specialist, pharmaceutical sales. Whether you choose to work in analytical scientist, product development, regulatory affairs, clinical research, or any other type of job within pharmaceuticals will be a long and satisfying journey within your chosen field. I will discuss some steps that will help you to achieve the most successful career possibly. And the step one is enhance your knowledge. Many pharmaceuticals companies and CROs will offer a training. If you seek them out, you could be also consider gaining qualifications such as the good GCP guidelines, GMP guidelines like good manufacturing practices, and that will give you a CV real boost. You should have a firm idea of what you need to also be do a to be successful. This is likely to differ greatly from job to job, and the skills and qualities needed to succeed in the analytical research jobs may completely differ to choose you will need in regulatory affairs or quality assurance. And the step two, you have to enhance your profile, like some networking and social media. Social media platforms like such as LinkedIn, Twitter, and Naukri.com are fast becoming some of the becoming some of the most valuable resources. And these platforms crucially to keep your job title, responsibilities, skills, and experience up to date. And these platforms play an important role uh, because they used to be very popular between employer and the recruiters to seek your talent. And I personally experienced that the LinkedIn is a very great way to connect and build long lasting relationship with those in higher positions. Apart from this, you have to upload it, your resume by going to the portal of the particular company. And the third step is enhance your opportunities. Some like a training program during your graduation and the master's projects. Engage yourself in project and try to find out the facts and try to arrange a training in pharmaceutical company for at least 1 to 2 months of every year so that you will be aware the workflow of the industry. And the most important, the learning another language. If you are seeing your future in pharmacovigilance job, so then you have to know the another languages, like because of globalization pharmaceutical companies have effects all over the world. This means that the fluency in other languages can give you a strong advantage with top employer. That's all of me.
I think that's really great. Very in a planned manner, you have actually presented to our students about the opportunities they can have and how they can approach for such opportunities. And as far as I remember, you mentioned about that students should be doing internship or the basically the sessional programs with the pharma companies. So that is definitely an add-on to anybody's CV who is new to the industry and who wants to get an exposure in the industry. before entering into the job. So I think it's a must for all the students to do their internships and in their relevant field and in their relevant sector, so that they can boost up their CV. And another thing that you mentioned, Ankita, was about the LinkedIn connections. I think yes,
Yeah.
that also plays a very important role in today's scenario. Uh,
Yeah, actually, it's very helpful to me also. That's why
Uh,
I'm saying.
right, right. It has also been very helpful for our webinar series as well. We have got we got connected to people from various platforms for like which was kind of difficult for us to reach at this point of time. So yeah, LinkedIn is a good platform. I think all the students should start building up their profile if they haven't if they have not done it yet, and create a good CV and look out for internships and online programs, and just add certification courses to their profile. So
Yes.
and I think that's it. We have covered all the major topics for today. We were supposed to have Mr. Rahul, who was supposed to throw some lights on the role of WHO during this during this COVID-19 scenario of India. So I think he faced some technical issue and he was not able to be with us. So meanwhile, we can take up questions, and so we have questions from our audience. So I think most of the questions have been answered, but there was a question in which a student was asking about, has the vaccine been already developed? So any of the speakers has to say something on, has the vaccine been
No,
developed? I guess.
no, not yet, not yet. The most upcoming in development phase is in phase 3, but not yet developed. And the most awaited vaccine is for like with AstraZeneca, but not yet developed. So no.
Okay, I think my mic was muted. So we have this question on natural killer cell. Prabir wants to know that what exactly is this natural killer cell in our body? So Ankita, would you like to throw a light on that, or Disha, Namrata, ma'am, anybody?
Actually, Tanuja, natural killer cells are the defense mechanism of the body. We have WBCs in our body. There are two cells. One is red blood cells, which are known as RBCs. The other one is WBCs, also known as white blood cells. They they combine the defense mechanism of the body. And natural killer cells develop from the lymphoblast. There are three cells which develop from lymphoblast. One is T lymphocytes, the other one is B lymphocytes, and the third one is natural killer cells.
Great, ma'am. Thank you so much. I think Prabir, your question has been answered. Now, can you
Yeah,
talk about the question which I think I missed because my mic
due
was
to
muted? Talking about this question, the last part of this question has already been taken up in the first question about the has the vaccine been already developed. So, coming to the first part, ma'am, what is your take on increased pseudoscience being circulated more during this lockdown, and how to distinguish them? So, does any of our speaker has to add anything here, or we can proceed with the next question? So, I think. Major questions we are getting regarding the development of the vaccine, which has already been discussed. Is there a possibility? Is there a possibility vaccines is developed by Indian scholar scientists? I think even I have something to say here. Why not? I mean, our research and development sector, if we talk about research and development in medical sciences, this is the whole reason that we have been organizing webinars, and our professors, our doctors have been continuously working in field of research and development. So why not? I mean, this is what institutions in India want. They want Indian scientists to work on it and Indian scholars to develop a medicine. So yes, there's definitely a possibility that Indian scholars can develop vaccinations against COVID-19. So, any of our speakers would like to add anything here? Could CRISPR-Cas9 or other gene editing method be applied in the development of vaccine against SARS-CoV? So basically, we have been talking about the coronavirus here. I'm not really, I'll not be the right person to actually answer this question, or even not able to relate whether this question would be relevant, because this entire webinar concept was about the coronavirus. So, Namrata ma'am, would you like to help us in knowing whether this will be a relevant one?
Actually, ma'am, coronavirus belongs to the same family, but
Right.
the SARS coronavirus is different from novel coronavirus.
Okay.
There are many kinds of coronaviruses present, but novel coronavirus is different from SARS coronavirus.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, ma'am. I think major questions have been answered. We're still waiting. We have this another one from Shreyansh. Please tell something about how, as biotech, molecular biology, microbiology students, teacher, professionals can contribute our duties in fields in future. For this, I think Ankita would be the right person to answer, as she has given an entire overview about the research and development sector. So, Ankita, what is your saying in this? Ankita, your mic is muted. I'm sorry, your mic is muted.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Biotechnological students can join any biotech industry, and they can work in their research department and contribute and show their contribution in the team. If there is any project ongoing, then they can show their contributions in there.
We are even we're getting responses. There is a person, Prabir is again asking about serum therapy. Namrata ma'am, your mic is muted.
I guess it's he's asking about plasma therapy. It
Yes,
won't be
plasma
serum
therapy.
therapy. Yeah, and it's also in the development phase right now. It has shown good results in Indian patients, critical patients especially, but I think it's not yet confirmed or approved by any of the organization like FDA or INDA. So currently it's also in the trials. So it's not serum therapy. I guess it's plasma therapy, which the person.
Definitely it is plasma therapy only.
Yeah, because there is no such terms as has came up like serum therapy till now for COVID actually. So yeah,
All right. I
and
think that So I think that's it for today, and I think this will be the first webinar on which we'll be finishing up on time. And we have also taken up our question answer sessions. For all the students who are asking about the feedback form, I'll share the link in the comment section now after I end the broadcast. There was a little confusion about the students who have not received their e-certificate for the last webinar. For that, uh, we are actually working on it, and by Wednesday, all the students should be getting their e-certificate. There was some problem with the data. There was some problem with the data, and because we always recheck that all the students who have registered, they're also attending the webinar. So that takes a little time. So I request students to keep some patience and just hold on for a few moments more. And that's it. That's it for today's evening. Thank you so much to all the speakers for joining us at the last moment, because and I'm very thankful to Dr. Nabrata for continuously bearing with us in this the last 1 week, because I think this webinar has been postponed from last Saturday for this Saturday, and but she has been continuously in touch with us, and she has been continuously motivating us to keep the webinar up for this Saturday. Thank you so much, Navrita ma'am, and thank you, Disha, for joining at the last moment, and thank you, Ankita, for joining at the very last moment with us and sharing your knowledge with our students. Thank you so much to all the
Thank
speakers.
You're
you,
welcome,
Tanuja. Thank you
Tanuja.
so much.
Thank you.
My pleasure.
And thank you, everybody. Thank
Thank
you.
you, ma'am. Thank you, Tanu.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
So now, the viewers, thank you so much for continuously, supporting us during this entire webinar series. We have one last one coming for tomorrow. So stay tuned. I'm sharing the feedback link now. But till then, do like this video, share this video, subscribe this channel, because once the webinar series is over, we'll be continuously posting some other uh, inputs related to the industry and in benefit of the students. So, and we also have some new ideas to share with our students, and there are a lot of other speakers from various industries who have requested for a special webinar session with the students on scholarships and other topics like that. So stay tuned, and you can always post your questions to my email ID, which I mentioned last time and I also mentioned in the comment section now. uh, but allow us a little time for at least a week after the session is over, because once the session is over, it takes a lot of time for the admin management. So allow us some time, and but we will respond back to you. Don't worry about that. Thank you so much. Have a good night, and see you tomorrow again. Thank you.